time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, applied myself, I felt it in.
We don't get no applause, man. They left us hanging, y'all. There you go. There you go. Man, we know them other teams came on here and stunk the show up, but give us some love, man. You know,
look, they love the haters, man. They love the haters.
Man, y'all already know what time it is.
Hey, I'm gonna take a shot for the haters, though. You know, before we start the show. You know.
Hey, I want y'all to know, man, before we get into the groundworks of like explaining why we the best team in the NFC East, right? I got a special message, right? My man texted me earlier. You said you can't start the show unless you start it like this.
So today is all about we them boys.
That's it right there. We want to let y'all know, man. Welcome back to Refuse to Lose. Of course, y'all know we've been doing these NFC East panels all week. We're going to ignore the negativity today because like my man said when he came in here, they hate us because they ain't us, right? But we gotta get the business out the way. First things first. How y'all fellas doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I feel good today.
Big O.
Oh, I feel good, man. I'm ready to talk some Cowboy talk.
There we go. All right, and for those that really don't know what's going on, again, we have an NFC East panels. Again, if you want to go back, if you're a fan of the Eagles, you can go check that episode out. If you're a fan of the Commanders, you can go check that episode out. But we know why you here. You either here because you're going to hate on us or you here because you want to support us. But also, don't forget to support the network. I'm going to talk about these chats that we got going on. We got some IG chats. We're going to bring them up right quick. Run down. So with these IG chats, you get the latest news and updates. Man, we have a lot of hefty debates in there. My man Teddy said we rotate the same debate almost every 3 days. But every 3 days, we come up with something new to talk about with that debate. So, you got to come prepared. Iron sharpen iron. Ain't that what Trey told Dak? All right. So we got the NBA chat, we got the WNBA chat, we got the NFL, we got Major League Baseball, hats off to baseball with Teddy. We got college basketball and college football. Shout out to CTC, Carl and Teddy. They both doing their thing, but shout out to CTC. We got also the boxing chat mixed in with a little bit of UFC and the WWE. If you want to be a part of these chats, you got to click the link in the description. You got to become a member. And the only way to become a member, again, is to click the link in the descriptions. We got 3 levels we want to tell you about. We got the pro level at $2.99. And with the pro level, you can join one of the chats and get priority comments. As you can see, Carl is already showing y'all what that priority comment section look like. You also, we got the all-star level at $4.99 a month. With that, you can join multiple of these chats. So you can follow the conversation wherever it goes. And you can also request a topic or a segment nominee. With the segments, that's your Done Son, Not So Average Top 5, and Dave's Doghouse. I mean, we might want to put those Eagles in the doghouse, but we'll save that for later. We got the superstar level. You see it's nothing but stars up here already. And that's for $9.99 a month. You get to join the R2L chat. You get to be a guest on the show, and you get member shout outs. And I'll go into a little bit more details about these chats and how you can become a member a little bit later in the show, because we gotta get the ball rolling, man. We gotta get to talking about the nitty gritty, man. Y'all heard Uncle Irv. He already said this show was about them boys. So we gotta start it off, man. We gotta talk about that all season. We normally quiet in the all season. We shook some things up. They made my man Worm come out of the cut and say, man, are we in win now mode? That's what some people was asking. So I'm gonna start with you, Worm. What's that all season grade you giving us?
Because of the big news of Zach Martin still not being in camp, that plays a major factor in the grade that I'm getting ready to give us, which is probably a B-. Zach Martin is going to be a big part of that offensive line this year. He's the main contributor to the run game and the inside run game. And if McCarthy want to run the zone scheme running that he wants to run this year, he needs Zach Martin in the building. Aside from Zach Martin, adding Mozzie Smith, run stopping DT with a little bit of pass rushing skills, I believe that rookie going to show out on that D-line with Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Odi Ozugawa, whatever his name is, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Diggy, that's my man. Adding Brandon Cooks was big. I don't look at it as the big play guy like everybody else is going to look at it as. I look at it as that's the guy that's going to come in and be the guy for Kevontae Turpin. He's going to set Kevontae Turpin up for a nice future. Gilmore coming in. Again, plug and play. We brought in a corner that's shut down on the other side of Diggs. He's going to come in, teach Diggs some techniques of giving up so he won't give up so many yards. And then he teach the rest of the young guys, hey, this is the way to go. So for me, it's a B+. Later on in the show, I got an X factor for a pickup, and we'll talk about that later, though.
Okay. Big O.
Well, yeah, this offseason it's been cool, but that Zach Martin thing is really killing me though. But alongside that though, I do like when I draft pick, well, two of them, and I want to talk about Eric Scott Jr. He's been balling in training camp. He's been very productive. Even Jalen Brooks, sleeper. I tell y'all better do y'all notes on that boy. That boy is gonna be nice. And the offensive tackle, what's his name? Amish Richards. I seen him, I've seen a couple of his reps, and he's gonna turn out to be a nice little tackle though,
Dug deep for that.
Man.
Dug deep for what?
You showing them, teaching them something.
Yeah,
because I monitorize the team, man. I like to look at the team, Overshown's gonna be nice. Overshown's gonna be nice in that Dan Quinn system. And just Deuce, speedster. Don't be surprised if you have another Darren Sproles, man.
Hey, if we hit the lottery like that, man, then hey, we have what they say, we have no more excuses, right?
Nah. But overall, though, I give it a B though. I would like to give it, a little bit more, but that Zach Martin is killing me though. But before I finish, they said Josh Ball has been, making some improvements. That's by the hand, so we're gonna see.
He better hope so. Because right now, Jerry betting his money on Josh Ball doing something, right? But it's kind of crazy. They're gonna think we all bleeding blue over here because I'm gonna go with a B-, man. I wanted to give him a B+, but that Zach Martin situation is throwing me off. I don't like first of all, I don't like what Zach really doing because it's like, bro, everybody done got paid. You signed the contract, like do your thing. But also, I don't like how Jerry carrying it because he keep doing this with all these players where he keep trying to act like he don't really need them, but you really know we do because this not the year for that. Like Zeke not coming back for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at them hating. They hating. But the trades, we turn complimentary draft capital into actual solidified vets. They went and got Brandon Cooks. They know they messed up with Amari Cooper, so they're trying to clean up. They know Anthony Brown wasn't the best cornerback in the world, and Kelvin Joseph ain't what they thought he was gonna be. So they went and got Stephon Gilmore. Then I thought they was gonna play around with Trayvon contract, and they signed him back with the extension. Brought Cooper Rush back. We got our solid backup because the world want him to start so they can try to steal some games from us. Tyron, restructuring. But again, man, the loss of Ezekiel Elliott, that's gonna hurt. But I'm not really that upset about it because again, Zeke was already his lower extremities was already. That's all I can give him right now, man.
Yeah, I think Zeke will be back.
Oh, you do?
I think he's coming back. I think the big play here was we don't want to pay him this money. Let's cut him. Let's keep him fresh through the preseason. I guarantee you Zeke might be back by the last preseason game just to get a little run. He's gonna bring back them 12 touchdowns in the red zone, man.
Need him.
Stop the cap.
Look. We got. Hey, I just want y'all to know. We got a 49er in the background. So for all my real Cowboy fans, y'all know what's gonna happen with the sound effects today, man.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
But we gonna move on. We gotta move on. You know, we all kind of keeping it stagnant with the grading, but we gotta talk about the expectations from a Mike McCarthy ran offense, or as Dak and them calling it down there, the Texas coast.
Yep.
And I see you got Dak, you got the jersey on, you got him in the background. So I'm gonna start with you, Big O, or Big O Prescott, as they want to call him.
Yeah, that's what my man Vaughn called me. But the Texas Coast offense, I think the Texas Coast offense is going to be a little bit better for Dak, whereas though Dak can make quicker decisions. He won't have the ball in his hand too long. You get what I'm saying? And you know, all our receivers is running all those go routes and all those different type of West Coast routes. And I really have a feeling our offense is going to be cool. I don't think we're going to lose a step with the loss of Kellen Moore. I think we're going to, you know, keep everything at a float and, you know, everything's going to be cool. That's what I think.
Mark?
I'm on a spectrum with Mike McCarthy. And here's why. Because everybody like to say, oh, Mike McCarthy's he's a run heavy coordinator. He was a run heavy head coach. But in actuality, that wasn't Mike McCarthy. I'm going to give you some of Mike McCarthy averages since 2000 when he came in the league as an OC with the New Orleans Saints. In 22 years, Mike McCarthy only finished top 15 in rushing attempts 9 times. He only finished 4 times in top 10 in yards in 22 years. 4 times in touchdowns. We go to his passing stats. Top 15, 13 times in 22 years. Passing yards, top 15, 15 times, 22 years. Top 10 in touchdowns, 14 times, 22 years. And this is with the quarterbacks of Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. I'm not saying Dak is an Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. But then when I go back to his rushing offense, I look at the running backs he had. He had a very young Ricky Williams for 1 year. He had Amon Green, Ryan Grant, Brandon Jacobs, Eddie Lacy, Jamal Williams, and Aaron Jones. None of those names stand out as a top premier running back besides Ricky Williams. Out of the rest of the running backs I named, only 2 of those running backs gave him multiple 1,000-yard seasons. So my expectations for Mike McCarthy's offense is he's getting ready to turn Dak into a new game managing quarterback. He's going to run the ball when the ball needs to be ran. He's going to bore you to sleep with his passing game. And then Dak's going to pop with a flashy play, highlights, and run the score up. Those are my expectations. Follow the system. Turn Dak into a game manager. Bore teams to sleep with our offense. And boom, you get a great quarterback out of Dak Prescott.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Man, I don't like the fact that you said the word game manager because they're going to clip that up and run with it. You already know that's what they've been trying to call this man for a minute. But
well, see, here's the thing, though. I didn't say game manager. I said new game manager. And what I mean by new game manager, he won't be your typical game manager. This is going to be your game manager that's going to bore you to sleep and not keep you sleep. He's going to bore you to sleep. As soon as he feel you sleep, splash play, splash play, splash play. And that's how our offense is going to be ran this year.
So you say it's like a Floyd fight.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. A little bit of all defense and a little bit of offense when it's needed. Okay. So I'm glad you read those stats off about McCarthy because a lot of people were like, Kellen Moore went to the Chargers and now you all are just he gonna show y'all that it wasn't him. He gonna show y'all. And I keep telling people, Kellen Moore really wasn't that bad of an offensive coordinator. He just got stagnant. That's all it was. And he didn't have the experience when it came to like winning big games. You can't go up against the 49ers twice in the playoffs and run the same scheme. Like, come on, man. play that all you want. You play that all you want. But Kellen Moore 4 seasons, you know, he had the number 2 offensive ranks. The NFL, he had 391 net yards per game, averaging over 28 points per game. That's a big hill right there. Is McCarthy gonna give us 28 points per game? Do you think that's the threshold we need? Or are we gonna listen to what Michael Parsons was saying on a pivot, where he said he want to hold teams to under 10 points? He want that Ravens defense where he putting a battery in his back to say, look, we gotta go win it. So for me, what I'm expecting from the Texas coast is, Worm, you stole it. That's it. I just want Dak to get under that threshold of like 23 to 26 attempts per game. You know, this is a lot of debates that we had last year, but we need to scale it back, because you also got to think, we made the playoffs with only one number 1 receiver. You got to think CeeDee Lamb was our only receiver that could get open last year. Noah Brown had times, but at the end of the day, you add a Brandon Cooks to that. Now you got an extra weapon. We do lose Zeke in the backfield, but you got a little extra burst with Tony Pollard, and now what's my man Deuce Vaughn, because now you kind of gotta you can maneuver some things a little bit, and those option routes are gone. So now the receivers don't got to think as much when they're like sitting down, and then they're like, should I go left? Should I go right? Interception, because now Dak is getting pressured. So the quick passes, that's there. Also, they letting. I'm surprised you didn't say this, man. They letting Dak take full control of the offense. So remember those years, Romo last 2 years? And you can go back and listen to a couple of wide receivers. They'll say it in some interviews. They'll be like, look, man, Romo would just get to the line and just do a signal, and we good. And his pre-snap was so good that he'll lure the defense in. He's like, all right, I know what they in. So I want you to go here. I want you to go there. So now, I don't even want to say it's Mike McCarthy's running offense. I'm going to say it's Dak running offense. So my expectations is be on the lookout. That's all I'm going to say.
Bruh.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a Dak ran offense, y'all know how I feel about Dak, man. If it's gonna be a Dak ran offense, he got to be better. He got to be better in certain situations.
I feel you.
Turnovers was a killer, but you know, speaking on Dak and turnovers, I don't understand why he's the poster boy for interceptions. You know what I'm saying? In his first 7 years, what is 66, 68 interceptions? Did we call Tom Brady poster boy for interceptions in his first 7 years? 72 interceptions. Did we call Drew Brees the poster boy for interceptions? First 7 years, 82 interceptions. Pipe down on the Dak Prescott's the poster boy for interceptions.
Hey, look, Eli Manning, come on now, led the league in interceptions back-to-back years. But you know, at the end of the day, if you got the star on the helmet, that's when they want to call out. That's when the stats come out. That's when everybody turned into ESPN with the random stats. No one has kicked a field goal in 30-degree weather till this day. I'm like, what? When did this even happen? When did stuff start happening? Remember last year? What was it? Was it the year before last? Because we're in a new season. When Trayvon was giving up all them yards, I don't hear about it no more. Your boy Josh Allen leading the league in turnovers, not just interceptions, fumbles and everything. But at the end of the day, let Dak throw a pick in training camp. Now everybody like, he's still at it. He's still at it.
Facts.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Look, man.
He gonna cut him down. I ain't worried. I'm a big Dak supporter, man. He gonna cut him down.
I mean, he definitely gonna cut him down with Mike McCarthy at the helm of the offense. Like I said, Mike McCarthy is gonna know when to throw the ball, when to run the ball. And you know, speaking of Deuce Vaughn, man, it's a guy you left out, Tomo. He showed flashes last year. Malik Davis.
Oh, that's how you.
So now you on Malik Davis now. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he showed flashes last year, but he didn't get the play time that he deserved because, again, we had Tony Pollard and we had Zeke. You cut that out, and now you give him a little time because Deuce Vaughn ain't coming in to run that rock like that, man. It's going to be Tony Pollard and Malik Davis. Deuce Vaughn is going to be that extension to the run game with all those quick screens here and there.
What about Rico, though? Because right now on this,
I'm not high on him, man.
They got him number 2.
Yeah, but I'm not high on him though.
Okay, yeah, I didn't really follow too much tape on Rico, so you know.
I mean, Rico Dow, he always starting the off season off as you know that top back behind our 2 starters.
Okay. Exactly.
And he falls
training camp
every preseason. You see it. He falls. He's not that guy. It's Malik Davis. that's the guy to watch out for coming out that backfield.
And also think about it like this. Rico Dowdle, I think he had a stint with the Eagles. Like they assigned him, and you see how they use their running back. So if he couldn't make the field in the rotation that they had, that right there kind of gives you a little bit of like what's going on. Also, I want him. Oh man, Michael Gallup. I want to ask y'all about him right quick before we go into the schedule. Like, how y'all feeling about Gallup being back?
100% healthy. He about to turn up.
Same here.
That's all that he said.
Michael Gallup about to do it, man.
Man, we knew this was gonna happen, man. Can't even get through a segment without the
before he got hurt. Michael Gallup was close to 1,000-yard receiver before he got hurt.
Was Michael Gallup on our team? Don't answer that. Now we're gonna go into this schedule, man. We're gonna shake the world up a little bit. Let me bring this up.
Before we go into the schedule, I mean, they do call that man Batman.
Which
little
one?
Batman.
Who?
Number 6, not number 11. Mm-hmm. Number 11, Robin.
Number 11, a street shark, but we ain't gonna say too much.
We don't say names out here, Tomo. We don't say names.
Hey, like real coaches do, man. That's what real teams do. They got to catch up. And right now, man, we've been more consistent than some teams, right? As far as winning seasons. But we gotta bring the schedule up. You know, I've been hearing a lot from the last two panels about how we gonna get swept, or some teams giving us the just due of saying we actually gonna split with them. I'm glad they saved the best for last, because now I gotta ask y'all, what's y'all prediction on the record for this year? And after that, we can probably do a quick little breakdown of which games y'all got winning or losing. And I'm gonna start with you, Warren.
I'm gonna go 13-4, 4-2 in the division, and that's a high. That's my best prediction. But things flake out. We fall into some injuries. We fall into some bad timing. I got 10-7 at a low. But 100%, I'm rocking with 13-4, winning the division, going 4-2. I don't care what nobody say. Our schedule in the beginning set us up for a fast start. Those first 3 games is going to be the games that get us rolling. By the time we get to that 4th week, we'll be rolling, and we're going to become dangerous to every team on our schedule. Every team that think they're favorite on our schedule, we're going to be dangerous. So, again, 13-4 at best.
My guy, you in the doghouse.
Big O.
I'm gonna piggyback off Worm. I'm looking at a 13-4 season. Definitely probably 4-2 in the division. Definitely gonna sweep the Redskins. I just want to put that out there. And the Eagles.
Commanders. We monitor.
Commanders. Oh my bad, I forgot.
Yeah, we monitor.
You know, but I go into detail after we finish. You know.
Okay, man, y'all shocked me with that one, man. 13-4. I was gonna say we went 12-5 last year, and we really had that many pieces, man. And Dak missed like 4 games. Like, we can't go 12-5 again because I'm gonna feel like Jason Garrett back, and we doing the same thing over and over, except we making the playoffs this time. I was looking at it. I really thought about it. I sat back, man. People gonna say, man, Tomo tripping. I said 14-3.
I was thinking that.
I said 14-3 because if you look at the schedule and based upon the defense and how we like plugged in places where we actually need to be and the chemistry is there, Big O, come a little closer. I know they want to see Dak, but you fading like somebody hat was yesterday. But I was just looking at the schedule a little bit, man. I was like, it's gonna be tough, but I see 3 losses. I see 3 losses for us, man, because we got a lot to prove, and the chip not even on our shoulder. Everybody want to beat that other team. You know what I'm saying? The basement 9-8. 9-8. If things go wrong, the wheels fall off. 9-8. We still have what they call a winning season, but it's just some things didn't turn the way it's supposed to. So that's for me. Now we can get into the breakdown of why I say, which I said 13-4. So what's these 4 losses?
So initially, my 4 losses at San Diego, just with Kellen Moore coming in, knowing the defense, knowing what he need to do to that defense to get that defense out of whack. I'll give that game to the Chargers. I got us splitting with the Eagles. Then I got us, and it's a toss-up between the Bills and the Dolphins. We're going to lose one of those games, and I'm giving it to the Bills just due to weather. I mean, hey, look, we're going to Buffalo in December. We know what that's going to look like.
That's a fact.
If we're going to have to use that ground game, and I don't see us using the ground game all game, that game, and I see us making a mistake and losing that game. By the time we get to week 17 and 18, we don't wrap the division up. I only got us losing to Washington because it's the last game. We ain't playing nobody. So those my 4 M's.
You know they're going to run with that worm.
No.
You know they're going to run with that again.
I don't care. I don't care if they run with it. Here's the thing: if I'm not playing nobody and they win, they win. It is what it is. You ain't stopping us from winning the division. You ain't stopping us from getting to the playoffs. You can have the last game.
Stop the cap.
Listen. It means nothing to me anymore. I'm a whole new different Cowboys fan, man. I'm not that guy from high school that they know. They're like, nah, we going 17-0. We going 16-0. Nah, I had that game, man.
In a perfect world, huh? 18-0. Hey,
in a perfect world, we 18-0, man.
Big O.
All right, so my losses is the Chargers game because we'll be coming back to see Kellen Moore. He knows the defense. Another game, y'all don't kill me, but these type of games, we tend to, something tend to happen. I had the Seahawks. And the reason why is because, basically, how them young teams is, man. We go out there firing. As soon as there's always something that gets us to get from over that hump. You get what I'm saying? So I feel as though that Seahawks game is that game. I was thinking it's going to be Miami for me too. I think we're going to beat the Bills. And the other game is the Lions. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm the one that went on the limb and said we only gonna lose 3 games. So I'm gonna tell y'all these 3 games. And off rip, I don't like that Carl was in the comments, but we're gonna lose that Jets game because for some reason Mike McCarthy just can't get over that hump and beating Aaron Rodgers. So he gonna do that's the one game this year, like he did with that Packers game, where he just stopped thinking and was just going off of all emotion. So he's gonna try to run it back again, and the Jets gonna steal one. The other game is I'm gonna give the Eagles one. They're gonna find a way to win one of them. And the Dolphins. I would say the 49ers. I know you back there, but for some reason, we can beat the 49ers in the regular season. It's when the playoffs come. It's when they want to show up and actually beat us. So we got y'all in the regular season. And that Chargers game, I think Dak, man, he gonna be like, nah, Dak and Parsons is not gonna let Kellen Moore show up and just outshow them, man. Like little bro arm gonna be sore because he done threw like 50 passes a game already. So we already know that's not flying. But with that Dolphins game, that's the sleeper because we're gonna use all our energy because Dak know I need that game against the Bills. So they gonna make sure they beat the Bills so I can get in the chat the next day and tell y'all how Josh Allen ain't it. So hey Diggs, go ahead, do your thing and make something happen. All right. So those are 3 games.
But see, here's the thing, Tomo, and this is where I get to why I feel we lose that Chargers game. It's an AFC game. It doesn't matter in NFC standings. We're gonna play our heart out against San Francisco to prove a point. We're gonna play so hard against San Francisco on a Sunday night. We're going to come in on a Monday night flat. I definitely think we're going to come in on that Monday night flat. And that's what's going to get the Chargers that edge because they're going to be so well prepared because it's Kellen Moore against Dallas. It's the OC that wanted to be head coach that they would never turn head coach. They're going to have an extra pep in that step. And I believe San Francisco going to play us hard enough to the point where we're going to come in that Monday night game. We're going to come in there lagging, man. But that Jets game, I got Mike McCarthy getting over that hump against Aaron Rodgers. And it ain't going to be the reason. Mike McCarthy ain't going to be the reason why we get over that hump. It's going to be Dan Quinn and the key defensive players in this system for 4 years straight now. This is their defense. This is their system. It's no way there's no way they're going to let Mike McCarthy take that L to Aaron Rodgers again. this might be Aaron Rodgers' farewell season. They're not gonna let McCarthy take that L in his farewell season.
Hey, the only good thing about it is we at home, so he ain't gotta worry about wearing no trench coat or nothing like that again.
Nah, for real.
Hey, but look,
We'll see, man. But look, it is what it is, man. The schedule benefits us. Like I said, it sets us up for a fast start, first 3 weeks, and then once we get that fast start, I mean, like I said, we dangerous to everybody.
Stop the cap.
You stop the cap, Dave.
I'm trying to think about something here because I don't want to harp on too much on this schedule because people like to use it against us, but there is a sleeper game somewhere, and I don't know. It got to be either that Panthers game, because those, like last year losing to the Jaguars, it's always one of those moments.
It's either week 8 or week 11. Week 8 or week 11 against the Rams or the Panthers. Those are the only two sleeper games.
Those are games we go. Y'all don't think the Seahawks game?
No, we understand who the Seahawks are. We're not gonna sleep on the Seahawks. But the Rams and the Panthers, those are the teams that we'll come in and say we ain't got to worry too much. And they come in and punch us right in the mouth.
Yeah, teams are still trying to get it together. Because remember, that Pats game where we went into overtime and technically we were the better team walking on the field.
Should have never went into overtime.
Yeah, and once they went into overtime, the Pats kind of took off after that. So it's always one. But hey, we just gotta we gotta be a little bit of real here, because everybody can't do that. So this is where we're going from reality to fantasy.
This is all about William Boys.
That's it. That's it. So the bold predictions. I'm glad he played it. Hey, my producer's on point because you already know when Mike talk, he say some outlandish stuff, but we gotta ride with him because he's a Cowboy sometimes. Now these bold predictions, man, they could be anything, man. They could be anything you wanted to be. I'm gonna start with you, Big O.
Yes, sir. My bold prediction, Micah.
This guy here, man.
I ain't even gonna get distracted by that, man. Hey, my bold prediction, Micah. I'm looking at 21 sacks. Yeah,
man.
That's my bold prediction and defensive player of the year.
Bruh.
He's coming for. Okay. Bold prediction, right?
You just got one?
Oh no, and I had another one.
All right, go ahead, Warren.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna all say one and then we'll circle back if you got another.
I was about to say both of mine run into each other. So again, like I said, I got an X factor for us this season. Demarion Overshawn. This kid is similar to Michael Parsons. This kid can rush from the edge. This kid can stop the run at the linebacker position. He can play safety and stop the run. This kid can cover tight ends very well. Get the play time that he deserves. We looking at locking down the defensive awards this year. So my bold prediction is Demarion Overshawn is your defensive rookie of the year, and Micah Parsons is your defensive player of the year. We locking down defensive awards this year.
Hey, well, I know Worm had both on defense. Go ahead, Big O, then I'll say mine.
Another thing, my bold prediction, because everybody is, with this Michael Gallup, my bold prediction, 1,000 yards or more. He's coming for it. He deserves it.
Turn me up. Up.
He deserves it, man.
So with that being said, that sounds like we're gonna have 3,000 yard receivers because Brandon Cooks, wherever he went, he got 1K. I don't know, man. I got some lofty expectations here, man. Woo, 1K. And you talking about Dak leading the league, who just led the league in picks? He get 1,000 yard receivers. Man, y'all might have to blow the internet up. Y'all gonna have to blow the internet up.
Yeah, he still won't be a top 5 quarterback to nobody.
You know what? What they gonna say? Y'all gotta win a game. But
exactly.
Mine's, I'm not gonna say what everyone thinks I'm gonna say and freak out because I could say we're gonna win the Super Bowl, right? That's what everyone wants us to say. But nah. I'm glad you said that, Big O, because it's the layup, man. The alley-oop. Dak won MVP. That's my bold prediction. Dak goes out there and win MVP. This is his
Stop the
year.
cap.
Hey, it could be cap, big cap, little cap. It could be a 10-gallon cowboy hat. It don't matter. That's the bold prediction. And I mean, as far as defense, we already led the league in turnovers. I mean, you know, in takeaways back to back. So it's really not a bold prediction to say we'll do it again. You know, third time's a charm. So I'm gonna go with Dak win MVP. And I want to say Michael win Defensive Player of the Year, but I'm gonna let everybody else have that. I'm gonna say Trey Diggs shocks the world, and he won Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
So either way, it's a competition in that locker room.
Yeah,
He already
there's definitely competition in that locker room, man.
From what y'all say, he already got 4 of them in training camp, right? So he can keep adding to it, right? So that's mine.
How about
I mean,
this?
if you want me to give a bold prediction on the offense, it'll be exactly what you said, Tomo. This Dak Prescott MVP year.
It has to be.
This is his year to win the MVP. This is his year to win 2 playoff games. I expect us in the NFC Championship this year.
Yeah,
that's my expectation. NFC Championship this year, nothing less. Anything less,
done, son.
Anything less, we move on. We move on from Dak Prescott.
Hey, I'm with you. That's why my bold prediction is there. I had to set the bar high for him because it's like at this point, bro, there's too many people coming in the league and they winning on your time. Like, granted, it's not the NBA, but there's too many young quarterbacks coming in and making things happen with almost similar setups to what you had. Granted, they were drafted higher than you, but the veteranism at some point got to kick in, man. It's like, all right, I've seen this before, so you kind of got to show up.
They say I'm crazy for 2 defense awards. That's the same dude that think his cornerback room better than mine. But all right.
Hey, with a bruh, come on, nah, bruh.
Definitely say bruh.
All right, so I mean, we got a couple more minutes, man. We are so efficient here. We so efficient on this show. You know what? I'm gonna come up with a speed round, man. You know what,
Kevin? Because I don't like Jalen Carter, Kevin. So of course, Overshown over Carter.
There we go.
Overshown is going. I'm trying to tell you, I'm gonna love Overshown. I'm not gonna lie.
So look,
definitely gonna love him.
So this is what we're gonna do, fellas. We got a lot of comments coming in. I'm gonna just set the table right quick. So we got a lot of comments coming in. So I'm gonna just ask you a few little questions here and there. But if you see a comment and you want to respond to it, don't hesitate to respond to it. Because again, this is one of the most efficient shows. Because you know our expectations are already set. We don't gotta do too much, you know, long with the drag outs about what we gonna do if we go to Disney World, right? So I'm gonna say a name or a number, and when I say that, you tell me what's the first thing you think of, based upon just the year with the Cowboys or what you expect them to do going into this season, right? So the first person I'm gonna throw out is 7. Whoever starts is on y'all.
I expect 6 interceptions. I expect a Pro Bowl. I expect him to do what he continue to do. And again, I expect him to learn some techniques from Gilmore to, as everybody say, stop giving up big plays and yards.
Big O.
Same here. 7. I think he's gonna do his thing. I'm thinking a little bit more than 6 picks, though. I think he's gonna be a little greedy this year. And he's just gonna do his thing, man. That's all I can say about 7, man. 7's a baller. A baller.
Man. All right, for me, I already said Defensive Player of the Year, so that's my bold prediction there. So he definitely got to capitalize on his second year. We got all those interceptions, but also still maintaining being a lockdown. Because when you got Gilmore on the other side, they got to throw it somewhere. And they think our slot corner is trash, but six picks in his rookie season. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, so I got another one. Tyron Smith.
I expect to see Tyron Smith first 4 weeks of the season. After that, I don't expect him to play a full season. I mean, this is who he is. He's not a guy that's going to give us more than 6 games a year now. At this point, I mean, it's time to move on from Tyron. I mean, he did great in the Dallas uniform. He wore the 77 very well. Time to move on from Tyron, man. Out with the old, in with the new. Let's find another young tackle. We got him. Put him there.
Yeah.
I think we got him. They just keep trying to move him to guard. I don't know why they keep.
That's what I said.
That.
We got him. We got him. Put him there.
Exactly. I do think I think it's I don't want to sound crazy though. How many years Tyron got left on his contract?
I think it's one, right? He
One?
just did a
All right.
restructure. He did like a
Tyron
re-sign
said he
for
done.
like
He
that.
done,
Yeah.
son. Injury prone. I do like that the young stud, with Tyler. So it's that time. After this season, I give him more than 4 games though, Worm. I'll give him about 6.
That's a bold prediction. That's a bold prediction.
6. I give him about 6 healthy games. After that, that's it.
I give him 4 healthy games and 2 games.
I know we
of
ain't
injury.
Blaine is still trash.
Oh no, I said if you see one, you can respond to it. Go ahead.
Wow,
Listen.
Blaine is still trash, Mark. Blaine? Wow.
Again, coming from the guy who think his cornerback room better than ours. So let it go. Let it go, man. Let it go. And but look, Tom, I'm gonna throw out a number for you.
Go ahead.
58.
Who the hell is 58? No, I'm joking. Oh man, that's gonna be tough, bro. It's gonna be tough. I'm gonna have to pass, bro. I'm gonna have to pass. I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it?
I just hope he just come in, man, and say and do what he's supposed to do.
They saying good things about.
So I'm just here to see if he gonna really, set that tone.
They saying good things about him, but I got to make sure because they talking about he more of a run stuffer. He trying to work on his pass rush. I ain't got time for you to be thinking about getting sacks when I need you to just block the middle because you got them backers back there, and we got 55, who everybody's comparing the league.
I love what 58 said. I don't like football. I like to hit people.
There you go. That's what I said. Yeah, I like to hit people.
That man playing with anger.
See, nah.
I love it.
I like what he's saying. Honestly, the defense in totality. Again, this is the one time y'all ever hear me say thank you, Philadelphia. But I will say it because that trade for us to get Michael Parsons changed the entire complexity of our entire team. So it's y'all fault that we are this way. Y'all can keep trying to say he want to come back, but yeah, that mentality, bro, in that locker room and on the defensive side of the ball is completely different. And we talked about it all the time. We talked about it in our side chat. They hating on us right now because we got our own little side conversation. Is we know who's going to be the head coach for this team, and they giving him all the weapons he need. They letting him do whatever he want to do with that defense.
Bro,
and
Mark, your cornerback room is not deeper than our cornerback room, bro. Let it go.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Let it go, bro.
They might have my jerseys in their locker room or something.
We got Jordan Lewis coming back this year, Mark. This was the same guy that before he got hurt in what he played 5 or 6 games last year.
Yeah, but
had 4 picks.
What Carl that we talking about Michigan players? He gonna pop up somewhere.
Hey, look, hold on. Let me throw a number out there for you guys because I'm surprised you guys ain't really say nothing about him. Number 9.
Little Turk. Hold on, let me address this right quick because he said what mentality all we do is talk. All y'all do is listen. Because y'all clearly know more stuff about our team than we do at times. We just telling y'all what it is. And at least, and when we talking about expectations and goals that we got. Every time I hear one of the Eagles talk, they complaining about how they was slipping and sliding in the Super Bowl. So look at the conversations. Look at the conversations that's being had. All right. The only person that's talking about moving forward is their quarterback. Everybody else still talking about, man, like they want to call holding now. So anyway, Lil Turk. I hope he make the team, man, because that's another weapon too. They got a lot of gadget players. The way they molded this offense, you would have thought Sean Payton was out there because they remind me of that Saints team a little bit, where they got little players who could just do things in every position of the field.
Yeah. Well, see me. I've been following up with the training camp. They said Turk. Mike McCarthy basically said he's gonna have a big role for Turpin, in the offense this year. So we're gonna see. They say you might see him at running back, you might see him at wide receiver, tight end. I don't know. You might see him everywhere.
Hey, but look, I pointed to the offseason edition of Brandon Cooks. This is what Brandon Cooks is for.
Right.
Kevontae Turpin is a Brandon Cooks kind of guy. Right. speed guy. He can take the top off a defense in a heartbeat. We're not using Kevontae Turpin in return game at all this preseason. He's getting the shot at receiver. And if he paid attention to Brandon Cooks in training camp this year, and he paid attention to him in the practice, Kevontae Turpin gonna see the field. He gonna make the team, and he gonna see the field.
Facts.
Let me ask you this. Think of this lineup here, because this is the first time in Cowboy history where we had some speed at wide receiver, and literally at least with all of our receivers that can be speed outside of Gallup. Gallup got a little down the field speed, but we don't know with the ACL, right? But imagine this lineup. You got CD, Cooks, Turpin, and what's my man? Deuce. And then you got Ferguson down the middle. The Pickens is slim, man.
Where's the ball going?
The Pickens.
You got to figure out where the ball is going, man.
The Pickens.
And like I said, when you look at that lineup, the defense can't zone in on one defensive scheme with a lineup like that. You have to think screen, quick screen, running back screen out the backfield, deep ball either side of the field.
Oh, to bring that back up. Now go ahead, keep talking. I just bring this back up right quick.
No, that's what I want to say.
I got it. Hold on, producer. Hold on. We don't want to see no commanders right now. We got people asking us real questions. I got a question. Do you think Pollard gone last season? And what are y'all expectations because y'all X Factor? Oh, y'all X Factor if you ask me.
He was our X Factor last year. And the reason he was our X Factor last year is because nobody expected him to do what he did. So now you got game tape, you got film, and you understand who Tony Pollard really is. And then now the defense is factored around Tony Pollard. So I won't say he'll be our X Factor this year, but I still think he's going to give us the same stats he put up last year. I don't think that's going to change. And it might be better because the offense is going to open up a lot more with the pieces that we added in the offseason.
It will be better for two reasons. One, I don't think McCarthy's going to do the same thing that Kellen Moore was doing, where he kept trying to run Pollard up the middle like he was Zeke at times. He's going to realize if it's not there, we got to bounce it to the outside. Because what was it? It's that Saints game that I always talk about, where they kept trying to run Pollard up the middle, and it wasn't working. And the first time he broke to the outside, we got a touchdown. I think that's where more of this Texas coast comes into place too. And McCarthy's been there before. Granted, you can say what you want about him, but he did win a Super Bowl and he did beat a pivotal team. Like the Steelers was no slouch that year. So he did beat them. So he's been there before. So he kind of understands what defenses are trying to do and what's not working. And that's one of the things I really didn't like about how he took the back seat while letting just Kellen Moore learn. It's like, it's not the time to let somebody just try to learn on the job. Right? You got to step in and sometimes be a role model and be like, all right, bro, you messed up here. We need to do this. Kind of like Dak rookie season. Like the quarterback room for Dak rookie season, a lot of these quarterbacks get shunned, but they helped him be the quarterback that he was. You sitting in the room with Romo, Mark Sanchez, Kellen Moore was there too. But you got two vets who've kind of been the laughing stock of the league, and they're like, look, bro, don't do what we did. We can tell you how to be better. So it was one of those things. I don't think he really took Kellen Moore up under his wing like he was supposed to.
Nobody wanted to.
Well, he got a chance now. He with the Chargers, so he do good. I really think the same road that they had painted out for him here in Dallas, I think they got that for him in LA. It's like, look, you do good with this offense, you could possibly be out there coach. They don't like it.
I got a question for you fellas. How you feel about Sam Williams coming into this year?
All right, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. You giving away our secret weapon.
Oh, my bad.
Some people still got 44-year-old pass rushers. We got a pass rush factory over here. All right.
Listen, man, you could talk to the average fan. They can't even tell you who Sam Williams is, man. But
they're gonna be Michael Parsons.
But
that's baby Michael.
To be honest,
that's like a little brother.
Man.
To be honest, DeMarcus Lawrence, look out.
Yeah,
look out. That bull coming.
He is.
And you make a lot of money to just stop the run. We need sacks. Bing bang. And Sam Williams can get sacks. DeMarcus Lawrence. this might be your last year here. Look out.
And the thing about it,
That might
right?
be-
And the thing about Sam is he kind of is like like you said, he is like Micah Jr. as far as like the way he just approaches the game. Is the speed is there. He's not really getting the technique because last year he was doing a lot of like just attack the ball, and he was of course getting penalties and he got a few sacks. But you can see it now in training camp where he's like slowing down a little bit. He's like allowing the game to come to him a little bit more. So with that mentality, and he kind of looked like him. So man, look. Hey, matter of fact, if I'm D-Law, I might bulk up a little bit, man. Hey, man, I'll be a one tech or something, man. I gotta stay on this team some way, somehow.
Woke up and move inside. But when you think about it, when I think about it, just think about this lineup on the field. Man. You got Micah, Sam Williams, D-Law, and you can put anybody else in there. OC, Mozzie, anybody. Jonathan Hankins. Just think of that right there, man. That's a nightmare to a quarterback. That's a nightmare to an offensive line.
Hey,
say what you want.
I'm trying to tell you.
Hey.
The crazy part about it is, as much as they hate the Cowboys, they really don't look into the Cowboys. Like, this is something different. You're looking at three fans that are different, man. We look at this team and we look at the depth. We ain't really talking about starters. We talk about the starters that they know. My man brought up a tackle that don't nobody know, probably but us.
He brought up a guard too, ball.
He brought up a guard that don't nobody know, but us. Yeah. I can guarantee you none of these people know, none of these dudes in the comments know who Sam Williams is for real.
No. Oh, I got one more question. Why you going? Go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean cut you off.
They probably heard of a Flash, but they don't really know who he is, man. We look at this depth and we analyze this depth. That's why we feel so passionate about this season. Me, personally, that's why I feel so passionate about this season. We complete. We ain't had this in a while.
Man.
We complete on the coaching staff and we complete on the field. We ain't had this in a while.
That's where my confidence come from, is the coaching staff. Because they proved it.
And I'm gonna give Kev props. Kev, you remember how you felt last year with the Eagles, man? You seen it. This is how we feel this year with Dallas, bro. We see it.
Gonna win more games. Hey man, how y'all feel about Jalen Tolbert? I'm gonna read this out loud. I can't. If we doing the show, I'm sorry. I gotta be professional, man. Y'all, they pulled me down to the slums for a second, man. Y'all really think y'all gonna win more games? And y'all schedule tougher? Yes. Did you not see our schedule last year?
To answer that, from my understanding, a lot of people are putting us right there with the Eagles. Am I wrong or am I right?
You're right.
Their schedule just as tough as ours. So what sets them apart from us?
They made it.
Why do y'all think they can win more games than we can? Because they went to the Super
Bowl. Yeah, that's the only That's the only thing that separates the two. Every time I hear somebody talk about it, that's the only thing that can separate the two.
Well, right now we ain't talking about playoffs. We talking about the regular season. What set them apart from us in the regular season? Nothing.
Eagles not gonna win as many games as they think. Hey, look, I like that. I like the honesty. You're being the equality is there. But again, no. When people talk about it, outside of them ragging on Dak and his picks in training camp, when people really start breaking down the numbers, and I got into it with Kev last night about this, is they kept talking about how the gap was so much wider, but it's like it's really not that far. Like, of course, you all made it to the Super Bowl last year, but again, outside of our quarterback having a meltdown, who's to say we don't get there?
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I believe if we'd have beat the 49ers last year, I believe we'd have beat the Eagles.
I know for a fact we would have beat the Eagles.
I truly 100% in my heart believe we would have beat the Eagles. We'd have been in the Super Bowl. And they'd have hated us in the chat. Now
let me do this for some to keep things surface level. Let's say we get to that game, right? Why are we so confident that we would have beat the Eagles in that game?
When you look at it, I believe in my quarterback when it comes to Philly. My quarterback 8-3 against Philly. When you want to be technical, he 8-2. He played one series in the third game that he lost. But my quarterback 8-2 against Philly. Believe it or not, he got Philly number. I don't care what nobody say. That's why I believe we to beat Philly. I believe he would have played the perfect game in that moment. Because, I mean, when you think about it, when the moments are bright and high, Dak don't disappoint. Dak disappoint when you expect him to be great. But when the moments are bright and high, he doesn't disappoint. He show up. But when you expect him to be great, that's when Dak disappears or he make those mistakes. He got the Eagles number.
Facts.
Okay, I'll let you go, Big O, because I gotta get my interview hat on right quick. I'm gonna let you go, Big O. So let's say we do make it to that Eagles game in the playoffs. Was that would have been the conference championship, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Why are you so confident that we would have won that game?
Why am I so confident? Because the Eagles is like it's baby food, man. Like I'm not worried about that. Baby food. We're gonna show them this year that we the real deal for real. We the hottest team in the NFL. I'm trying to tell.
Stop it. Get some help.
I knew he was gonna say that. But so that game would have been in Philly, right? It would have been prime time. Warren, I like what you said there. I keep calling you Warren. I gotta call you Donnell. We on the show. I like what you said there, Donnell, is because Dak doesn't show up. I mean, Dak doesn't disappoint you when it's prime time. He only disappoints you when the expectation is high. Wasn't the expectation level the same when we went to go play the Bucks?
I wouldn't say the expectation was the same. The expectation wasn't on Dak when we played the Bucks. The expectation was on Dallas as a whole to win a playoff game. Dallas as a whole won the playoff game. Then you move into the next week. It wasn't bright. We weren't the only team there. We weren't the only two teams left in the division or in the conference, as you want to say. We weren't the only two teams. We were playing the 49ers. We expected that to come out and show up. And he did what we expected him. He did what we didn't expect him to do, not show up. Light's not bright to me against the 49ers. The light would have been brighter in the NFC Championship because now we're the last two teams in the conference. The light just got bright. I mean, if don't nobody understand what I'm saying, then that's on you, but it ain't hard.
It's just that cowboy language.
Dak show up when the lights are bright, and when you expect Dak to show up, that's when he don't.
Big O.
I'm
we're gonna have a realization conversation right quick. I got something for you though, Warren, because about that 49ers game. And this is when I told you about Dak. So Big O, you got something to say about that, or you good?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right, so I know we gotta get out of here in a couple minutes. We gotta get to the last words. Hey, if you're watching this right now, make sure you hit the like button because we having a moment right now with some real Cowboy fans here. Make sure y'all hit that comment section up. Y'all been lighting the comment section up all night. Hey, click the link in the description so you can become a member. So if you're a Cowboy fan, you can be a part of this fandom as well. You know. Also, we got other shows on the network as well. We got CTC. You know, that's Carl Talking College. That's all your football knowledge right there. And I promise you, when we talk about college football, Carl is the guy. We got FFC. That's Fantasy Football with Coach. Coach breaking down your fantasy football needs. We got an R2L fantasy league coming up. So I'm telling y'all fellas, go back and check that out. Coach on there spitting some real knowledge. He actually breaking things down. We also got Baseball with Teddy. Baseball with Teddy, you know, that's my man Teddy. He's talking about baseball. He literally breaking down games. He even talked about how Tim Anderson should have kept his guard up. He was looking a little bit like Spence out there. But you know, Teddy was talking about that also, man. The knowledge that comes from this network. I can't really say it. I want to say hats off to Dave and Joe as well. Those are my counterparts on this show as well. I mean, also I said Dave and Joe. I gotta make sure I'm saying the right things. I ain't eat yet, so my mind all over the place. I'm feeling like Spence. But shout out to my bros, man. You know, today. Again, click that link in the description so you can join one of our many chats. We got all the sports, really all the sports except for soccer, hockey, golf, but majority of the sports, refuse to lose. Make sure y'all click that link in the description. Shout out to all of our members. If you're not a member yet, you can figure out why. That quick commercial break out the way so we can go into our last words and close it out. I will ask just one question. Dak did an interview and literally said he wanted to play the 49ers and then went out and lost to the 49ers. He put the expectations on himself and lost the game.
My point exactly. You put the expectations on him, he won't show up.
Bruh.
No expectations in a bright light. Dak did. He hasn't let us down.
I seen the Seahawks game. I seen the Rams game. I seen the Packers game. So I know what you're talking about. I'm just saying for him to say that and then come out and do that, like, come on, man. That's why I'm on his line.
I tell you what. He also had an offensive coordinator that I did not like. So it was one and the same.
That is a fact.
He didn't put Dak in a position to succeed in that 49ers game. And then I also go back to look at that 49ers game, and I'm gonna make this short so we can get out of here. When Tony Pollard got hurt, that was the end of the game. We had nothing after that. We had nothing after that. We leaned on Tony Pollard, and once he got hurt, we had nothing.
And the crazy part, you can play that music in the background, is that's when CD stepped up all season, but that one game in particular is when he stepped up and started making more plays. I'll give him that. And that's why I kind of like got to go to bat for him. But like I said, we're going to continue this conversation in the chat. We're going to get these last words, man. Big O.
My last words. Let's go Cowboys. We about to go ahead and sweep the division, man. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there now. That's my last words. That's for everybody.
It's all about we the boys.
Let's get it.
Hey, Donnell, what you got?
Hey, man, my last words is shout out to Refuse to Lose and the Refuse to Lose family. They go down from Joe all the way to the newest member in the chat. Man, I love all y'all guys. Hey, shout out to Carl on, what is it, CTC?
Yeah, Carl Talking College. That's it.
Alabama, Carl. You know what I mean. Shout out to Baseball with Teddy, the Washington Nationals, and Teddy, you know what I mean. And shout out to FFC with Coach. I still owe you that debate. It's coming.
Hey, man, my last words, man. Hey, I just enjoy sitting up here, man, actually get to talk about the Cowboys on the network. I don't try to like pull an ESPN on my brothers and talk about the Cowboys every chance I get. So this was a great moment. We definitely gonna have an NFC East panel. So that's when the fight's really gonna start. But Dak, man, show and prove, man. I said you're gonna be MVP. All them picks, man, shut some people up, man. And my last word to my last word. I know y'all know the saying. Y'all keep saying we gotta play videotapes to hear it, but
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
And we out, man. That's Refuse to Lose. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.